On November 5, 2017, Kescia Branche, a 22-year-old teacher and mother of one, was brutally murdered and her body dumped on Cemetery Road, obliquely opposite the cemetery office. Her left leg was broken and there was evidence that she had sustained multiple head injuries. She succumbed to her injuries 2 days later at the Georgetown Public Hospital. An autopsy on the young woman found that she died as a result of blunt trauma to the head and haemorrhage. The injuries were consistent with her either jumping or being pushed from a moving vehicle. Branche had left home for a night of partying. She left her 3-year-old son in the care of a friend, who revealed that Branche told her that she intended to go to Palm Court to meet a male friend. The teacher later returned home, but subsequently left again. She told her friend that she would be home by 2 a.m., but never returned. Constable Fraser and Constable Wilson were on duty and rode up to the Martini Nightclub on Lamaha Street and saw the woman standing outside. "What a beautiful woman like you doing out here so late," one of the ranks remarked before Constable Fraser offered the woman a drop, but she refused to take the drop from Fraser but opted to ride with Constable Wilson to a barbecue joint on Mandela Avenue. Branche was then seen leaving the Blue Martini nightclub in company of the 2 police. Constable Fraser then left to go home and use the restroom. He returned to find that Constable Wilson had abandoned his motorcycle and he and the young teacher were nowhere to be seen. That same night, a policeman who was at the Prashad Nagar outpost said that the officer in the company of Branche approached him for condoms. A resident of Bel Air also said that the police constable approached him as well, making the same request. After straggling her along to several locations in search of condoms, Branche told him that she wanted to go home to her son. Later, when Constable Wilson finally returned to his bike, he told Constable Fraser that he went to take the young woman to catch a taxi on Sheriff Street. After purchasing the barbecue, Matthew Munro, a taxi driver, whose phone number showed up in Branche's phone that night, was charged for her murder on December 5, 2017. The police had impounded his vehicle, which had sustained damage and had a missing bumper. Munro had claimed that he had driven into a pothole on the east coast of Demerara, but was reportedly unable to show police the location. Norbert Lamazon, a security guard, who allegedly had seen a car dumping the battered body of Branche on Cemetery Road, was struck down by a truck on Francis Street and days later succumbed to his injuries. Matthew Munro was found not guilty for the murder of Kescia Branche after the state could not produce one of its main witnesses who was key in establishing a nexus between the accused and the crime. Who really killed Kescia Branche? This murder shocked Guyana in 2017 and it still remains unsolved.